Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tisa S. Musa, BS Aid, Bachelor of Secondary Major English Education. So, today, I will discuss about law of readiness and how do we use it in the classroom. So, I will start. Okay, law of readiness refers to preparatory state on the part of the organism to learn. It points out that one learns only when he is physically and mentally ready for it. In other words, preparatory state on the part of the organism is an important condition for learning. When the organism is prepared to do some work, the act of doing is satisfying and not doing it is annoying. Conversely, she does not want to work or ready to learn. Forcing him to work is dissatisfying. If students are not willing to learn, forcing them to learn will cause dissatisfaction and annoyance. Many children soon get disinterested in learning because they are forced to learn when they are not physically and mentally ready for it. So, readiness means preparation for action, which means to get ready. Unless you are ready for something, you cannot do that particular activity. So, remember, nothing can be achieved or nothing can be produced unless a person is ready for a particular action. In readiness, there are two types of readiness that is required. It can be physical or it can be maintained. So both physical and mental readiness are required to prepare for any particular kind of learning. Further says that learning will be quick and effective if there is readiness, and if the person is not ready, either physical or mentally, or we can also say psychologically, then learning will not be effective, so and vice versa. So we can also conclude the learning cannot be forced if the learner is not prepared. They cannot be forced for learning, and no learning would happen, or the learning will not be effective. Learning will only be effective, or you can say learning will be more effective if there is physically and mentally readiness. Sometimes we see in the class that the students are actually present, so they are physically present, they are physically there, but somehow some of them are indeed thoughts, so they are not focusing on the lecture, they are not focusing in our lecture. And when the teacher asks them any question, so then they are not able to answer because their mental readiness was not there, so we required both physical and mental readiness. Again, it's an issue how to maintain the mental readiness for long time during school hours, which required further research, or we can go with different kind of techniques to have a physical and mental readiness during the learning. So, let's discuss how do we use it in the classroom about the educational implication of law of readiness in order to have the student ready both physically and psychologically. First is provide clear-cut, objective, and good reason for learning. So the teacher should provide clear-cut, objective, and good reason for learning. To the student, the teacher should explain the topic and the objective of the topic so that the student the student are able to know about the objective of the particular topic, so they get ready for the learning and they find a reason for learning without measuring the objectives or the topic of the class. They will not be able to study. They will not able to study our topic. The second is the course content should be made interesting. Because if the post content is not interesting, then the student will lose mental readiness. Again, it can be made interesting by different kind of other activities as well. For example, introduction of topic. So the teacher, before teaching any other topic, any new topic, should start the topic with introduction. He should give a background of that topic. Again, the background can be given through different type of techniques. For example, the teacher can start with asking question. Some some kind of interesting questions glare to the topic, and the teacher can also go with the previous knowledge test. We can uh, test. We call it PK test or PK test, which means this the teacher asks question from the topic that was previously taught to the student, so that the students get mentally ready for the next topic. This have a catching or catching the attention of the student, and then they get ready for the next topic. Again, the course content shall be according to the mental maturity. The content in the curriculum is according to the shall be mental level of the student, but also when the teacher is teaching about particular content, you should also keep in mind the mental level of the mental capacity of learners, and then teach the particular topic. Sometimes we see that the teacher goes very beyond the scope of the topic, which is again not good, because it is beyond the mental capacity of particular class level, and therefore will not be able to successfully already catch the attention of the student. The last one is introduce activities. The teacher can also introduce different kind of activities if the teacher observe that the class is losing attention because they are not ready. They have fatigue factor, they are tired, then different kind of can be introduced the class to again prepare them. And that's all. Thank you for listening. Again, I'm Muklisa S. Musa from Lutayan Sultan Kudarat. Thank you.